Hey, what's up, Kelly?
I can hear it a little bit.
Yeah, carry.
Okay.
Is it up loud enough for you, White?
I don't have no sound. I'll go on there at the end of the day. How that sound?
Actually, I'm gonna just try it because let me see if I can hear you. Let me see if I can hear you.
Hey. I'll go on there at the end of the day.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. LA, what's going down? I can't say that I'm late today, but that happens when you're in LA. The traffic caught me, and I was offline. So here we are again, getting ready to do what we normally do. And we're getting ready to have a great show today. The show is based on the new generation. You know, I'm an old dude now, and the torch got to be passed. And the other dudes in the streets don't want to pass the torch. But you know how I get down. I've been getting down for all my life. And I make it my business to pass the torch to different people so they can be qualified to do the things that they need to do when the time is right. You can't sit back and own anything without getting some kind of experience. A whole lot of dudes, they always ask about different things, like when the music industry started in LA, a whole lot of people don't even know this, but it was based around the parks with the dudes with the money in his hands. And with the guys with money in their hands, they took care of the little dudes who didn't have nothing, who was just starting out. It was places like MacArthur Park, Culver Park, Santa Monica Park, South Park, Ross Siders. In the 70s, money wasn't prevalent like today, and everybody had to really come and ask other people for money because they didn't have no money to put on the show. And it didn't cost that much in those days either. But it was just so hard for the comic man to have some money in the streets. So today is a whole different new generation. They got multi-million-dollar contracts. They giving young guys contracts to put on shows. And the guys sometimes, they flunk because they ain't getting no guidance. And today here we are talking about the other dudes from out the 80s and the 70s and the 2000s. And they boast on how much money they have. And all that is a myth. Because when you really pay attention to the people who's boasting, you find out they don't have anything. And they reaching out to other people to finance them so they can get on. And I'm here today putting the streets back on notice that boasting is over. Whitey's from the Green Believers, Whitey's Enterprise, and the 70 million ex-offenders. We are reaching out to the younger generation, and we're telling them that you can get weed license if you just play the game. But the game must be played, and you must do your paperwork to receive these licenses. And if I can't get you in the weed industry, I'm going to get you in the cannabis industry. You got to understand this right here. To be in the cannabis industry, the cannabis industry is filled up with CBD oil and lotions, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And when I say a billion-dollar industry, if you learn how to manufacture a leaf into an oil, the taxes is so different from weed. Weed taxes is 48%. Yes, I'm going to say that weed taxes is 48%, gentlemen. Why CBD oil, the taxes is 9%. So you really figure it out. It's like the 80s to the 2000s. In the 80s, cocaine cost us $60,000 a key. In the mid 80s, 86, 85, cocaine went down to $10,000 a key. So when you start adding up, you find out that the lower the price get, the less money you get. When the price is sky high, you get a lot of money. But it's vice versa in the hemp industry, because they're taking 48% out of your money in taxes. So you only leaving out with 52%, and then when you leave out with 52%, you still got to pay taxes on that 52%. But when you're messing with hemp, you get 91% of your money back, because you only got to pay 9% taxes. So this is the conversations that we're having today. And I hope everybody is delighted to have it for once. And most people are seeking an investor. But if you guys is as clever as I think you are, you guys gonna pick up your weed product or your hemp product and learn how to put it together yourself. And you can miss the market, you can miss the manufacturer, and you can come up with the same oil on the same basis. So again, this is the Green Believers being the Green Believers, and we bringing two great talents on the table today. We playing Lil Poppy on, you know. And I can say welcome to the show.
Good looking out, man. I appreciate you, huh?
And we got Bino. You know, Bino.
Thanks for having me, man.
You know, this kind of hard. It's an honor and a pleasure for me to sit at this table with you guys. There's a whole lot of other guys in the game. They keep on turning their backs to you guys because they want all the shine. But they supposed to teach the people at this table on how to be multimillionaires. They're not supposed to sit back and be shining like, yeah, I got it, but you guys not gonna get it. I'm not gonna show you how to get the record deal because we too busy trying to keep it. They're supposed to share this information. My crime partner's on the end, Mr. Tony Torres.
It's my honor to be amongst you gentlemen today.
How you doing, Tony?
How you doing? Likewise.
Good to see you, gentlemen.
Good to see you, too.
guys again.
Likewise.
And today, Tony Torres is set back and he say the same thing every day. Each one teach one.
Right.
And when we start teaching, we just need you guys to listen and understand that we don't want what you guys got. We just want to see you guys happy and successful.
Right.
So, Bino, I don't know much about you, but like my little nephew told me, he said, Dad, he on his way. He on his way to the top, and he working on some real nice projects. So explain some of it to me, please.
Yeah, for sure. And thanks, appreciate you, man. Again, bringing me here, letting me be on the show. Appreciate it. Well, like you said, I'm go by Bino Maurice. Bino's a childhood name. I'm born and raised from Inglewood. You know, I've stayed in Pasadena for a little while, moved back, and just right now, just trying to stay focused. You know, we're all dealing with the pandemic right now, so trying to make sure the income is stable, make sure I'm providing for the fam, everybody's eating. But the main thing is just making sure that I'm surrounding myself by people who want to do more and want to do great things, such as Pop over here. You know, just making sure you're surrounding yourself by the right people. So what I've been really doing, I would say for the last 7 years, is just making sure that I'm learning the business of music, more so than doing the actual music. I feel like anybody could do the music, but it's the business behind it. So just still trying to take the time to learn the business aspects as far as contracts, money, who to surround yourself with, independence, I should say. And with doing that, trying to tuggle a little bit into fashion. With the internet and social media we have now, fashion is just a huge focal point right now in the industry. So been really doing music. I went to school a little bit for computer networking, but didn't really find too much interest in it. So just kind of staying focused right now, doing the music, producing, and then trying to get more into fashion, the fashion aspects.
That's a great thing, because
He being a little modest right now.
He being a little modest.
He being a little modest. He not really kicking it, you know what I'm saying, the real to the people right now, man. Look, man, this been my boy for over a decade. We've been rocking for a minute. We went to Westchester High together. And one of them real solid people that you just want to keep in your life, man. You always want to keep them around. With the music and everything. Now, personally, me and him don't work hand in hand when it comes to the music. You know, I deal with a whole nother group. You know, shouts out to the tribe. But being on my boy, so I always want to try to put him in those positions to try to be successful. Like, just because we not hand in hand when it come to business don't mean I won't do no business with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you my family first. Right. You know, so I know my boy been rapping. He been producing. He been trying to find his lane. So I just want to help him do whatever he can, you know, to get there. And then when we talk about the fashion, man, he ain't gonna tell you, man, he one of the freshest dudes in the city. You know, if you don't you know, mention his name when you talking fashion, man, you just hating. It's pure blasphemy.
I'll take it.
You know, so just want to put that out there, man. You know, true fashionista, or however you say it for the dudes. You know, he really about that fashion, man. And he got a lookbook coming soon, man, to teach you dudes how to dress, man. So you want to put all that out there, man.
I appreciate that, man. I left that out.
Well, they said this right here in life. Sometimes you try to hold something back, but you're holding back a carrot. Mm. And if someone don't see that carrot, they're not going to reach for it. And every day in life that we go through this struggle, we try to find a perfect lane where we can take advantage of the situations at hand. And if you got the right thing right now, everybody's going to run to you, not from you. And people got a bad habit of saying, this ain't the right time. Mm-hmm. It's always the right time because you already put your energy into what you like. And if fashion is what you truly, truly like, you got to shoot. Like I told the guys in the halfway house, the plane is leaving. There's nothing left.
Right.
You know, me and my team, we done left already. We done left the building. Yeah. And now we trying to make sure that when we leave this building, you guys see us leaving this building, and you guys preparing to leave the building too. So your job is at hand right now. No matter what somebody tell you, just push the envelope as far as you can up their ass so they can understand that they're playing with a giant, and you is a giant in your own thoughts. So don't stop.
Appreciate that. Facts.
Mm-hmm. And now here we go with you.
Where you want to start, huh?
You got a tribe. Yeah, you got a big old crew. You got a big old crew. They doing the right thing.
Yeah, my crew. We trying to be as made as possible. Just try to surround ourselves with, you know, nothing but solid dudes, solidified dudes. You know, young dudes that was raised right by the OGs. You know, and when you start going through the crew and you start, you know, having these conversations with certain people, you realize, like, you know, these ain't just no regular dudes. These ain't just no little hoodlum niggas off the street. You start to come to, you know, questions. Who's your dad? You know, who you been around? Who you know? You know, because you want to carry yourself a certain way. So, you know, the tribe, you know, we not that big. We ain't 50 niggas, but we try to cut it down to about 10, you know, solid dudes that we run with. And right now we pushing our artist Pax, you know, which has been my brother for a long time. We've been rocking for over 15 years, you know, and just trying to get everything going with him musically. You know, we just dropped the first song to his album. We pushing that single, the intro. So, you know, everybody go check that out. PXTNX. You know, that's my boy.
So I would say this right now. I've been with your dad for a very long time.
Right.
I've been away for a very long time.
Right.
And when I walked back on him, we was just laughing. He like, Whitey, man, I'm happy to see you back home. And the first thing I said, what's the plan?
Right.
And the plan was basically, if we can take 2 steps forward, the other people are going to be scared of it because they scared to take 1.
Right.
So you and the tribe is taking these steps.
Right.
And if you guys continue to go forward, the rest of the world going to be like being put on notice.
Right.
Being on notice that you guys is out to get it.
Right.
And every day is supposed to be a performance. Because this world is just a performance. You be on center stage all the time. And nobody can say that you ain't what you are. because they got to look underneath the blanket to see, are you faking?
Right.
And I understand you're not faking because your daddy ain't gonna allow a fake in his house.
Right.
He gonna insist on you to go that extra mile. And I'm looking at you saying, hey, it ain't nothing that you can't have and nothing you can't do.
Right.
The weed industry is open in all different kind of ways. Don't get caught up on we can't get no license, but you can always be a manufacturer, a cultivator.
Right.
You can own property that sell hemp.
Right.
And hemp farms, really, you could be a farmer in reality and be worth a couple billion.
Right.
And also you could do coding, because I know you guys mess with coding. Let's don't even fake here, because you guys young, you guys mess with apps.
Right.
So you guys can do all these things. But the other brothers in the streets not gonna tell you that my age, because they so caught up in faking like they somebody.
Right.
And I'm not gonna allow them to fake on my watch. I'm not gonna let them just pass you guys up like you guys not here.
Right.
Because you guys are here, and it's your turn for you guys to do you guys' thing. Right. So every day when I sit back, I turn around and look at my co-defendant on the end, and he asked me, what's next for us?
Right.
I said, man, let's watch the youngsters. Let's watch the young generation grow. And as they grow, we're going to grow anyway, because this is what we've been doing all our lives. But we more intrigued than looking at you guys perform at this high level. And I know 420 is coming up.
Right.
I know you guys have something on the books for 420. If you guys don't, you can join me, because I have something on the books for 420, because I am the weed man.
Right, right.
There's no doubt about it. I'm from the Green Believers. The Green Believers deal in weed, social equity, technical assistance. We do all these things that you guys is searching for.
Right.
And you don't have to go no farther than right here at the Green Believers. Come on,
Right.
come on, 33rd and Central.
Yeah.
I'm there. My co-defendant gonna say something about it, because it's what he do on the slide.
First, I want to give kudos to these gentlemen that are stepping forward and advancing in their vision. They have goals. They've set goals for themselves. They knew that the job wasn't going to be easy, but with patience and perseverance, they have strived to become the men that they are now, and the label and the brand that they are. So I just want to continue to give kudos to you guys and
Appreciate that, man.
keep your head up, encourage each other to move forward. So as Mr. Robinson said, the Green Believers, there are a lot of opportunities for the guys that are interested in getting their license and also being manufacturers. It doesn't seem as hard when you really put yourself forward and set goals in getting your license or getting the manufacturing license that will help you develop the CBC oil and the hemp and just learn. Like the gentleman said, he's taking the time to learn the business of music before he actually performs what he's capable of performing. So the same with the hemp and the CBD oil and the and getting your license as growers or manufacturers.
Right.
Just take that step. Don't be confused with your direction.
Right.
Make sure that this is what you want to do. If you have goals to own your own manufacturing company, if you have goals to build your clothing line, you have goals to create a tribe that people are going to look at and want to be a part of, go for it.
Right.
Don't hesitate. Every day is a new journey. Every day is a new experience. No 2 days are the same. But when you get up, thank your God. Thank Him for allowing you to have this vision. Thank Him for your family. Thank Him for the energy that you have. The pandemic took a lot of people out. Unfortunately, we had to deal with it. We had to persevere. We had to sustain, our peace of mind. It wasn't hard. There are so many other negatives that you can look at that could have happened, that should have happened, that would have happened if you didn't have a positive mindset during this pandemic.
Absolutely.
People are in dire states, because of this. But now it's time to step out. It's time to trust yourself. Time to believe in what your goals are. It's time to be extraordinary.
Right.
Great people are ordinary people, but they have an extraordinary amount of determination to achieve their goals. You know, and don't be afraid to aim high. You know, it's only fair to aim high. You know, Stevie, of course, everybody knows that's my co-defendant. You know, we did ours, you know, and
Right.
during the time we stood tall through it all, we helped others. We saw young brothers that were struggling with incarceration. We saw young brothers that were struggling with depression. We saw young brothers that were struggling with mental health. All these things were addressed. There's a way to address your situation. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to ask questions. And if the questions that you ask aren't the answers that you are looking for, continue to ask questions. You know, how can I make my brand better? How can I market in a more efficient manner? How can I create better music? You know, ask somebody that has been there. Ask somebody that has done it before. Ask somebody that has helped others. Look at Quincy Jones. Look at his production company. Look at Jay-Z. Look at Russell Simmons. Look at all the moguls that had a dream. They took their time and they envisioned what they wanted to achieve.
Right.
So it's nothing that you guys cannot achieve if you just continue to aim high, continue to move forward, and continue to surround yourself around brothers, around sisters that want to elevate your energy.
Right. I feel that 100%.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, but that's
Feel
the way
that.
it goes. It's like we here, and we not backing away from the table. And at the end of the day, it's you guys' turn, man. I'm gonna say this so you guys, it's you guys' turn. My term is over. I did my things in the 70s and 80s. I'm over. When I came home, I just came home to see how I can distribute to the rest of the generations that came after me.
Right.
And here you guys are, like I told your father, like, man, what do we got to do to get him where he need to be?
Right.
And I ask you that right now, what do we got to do to get you where you need to be?
Well, first things first, man, I just want to give a shout out to, you know, a lot of the dudes that my dad run with. You know, like I said, you know, being with the tribe, we just try to keep it to solidified gentlemen that we can really, really rock with and we can really depend on. And, you know, that's a mold that I took from my father. You know, seeing the dudes he surrounded himself by, seeing, you know, real OGs, you know, not the fake niggas that's out there old and they may have banged the set and, you know, they feel like they got that status. I'm talking about the real ones. You know, so, you know, first of all, I just want to, you know, give a shout out to you, Whitey. You know, I appreciate you for, you know, even having me on and showing me nothing but love. You know, just being a solid dude, a great example. You know, shout out to my pops. You know, I can write a book about everything he's done for me. But just as far as him, you know, just showing me like what it is to be a real dude. You know, it's not hard. You know, just seeing the love and respect he get in the streets and seeing all that he's done for people. You know, it's really not a hard task, you know, so I just want to say, you know, I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you instilling that hustle in me. You know, shouts out to DK, man, all tutelage and knowledge that he's given. You know, same thing, just like almost like a second dad, you know, always being there, you know, giving that game, you know, it from various things. You know, he can tell you about religion, he can tell you about them hoes, it don't even matter. You know, he can go this wide range of it. So man, just appreciate.
Let's open that up.
Right, you got so-called that, man. So I really appreciate all y'all, man. And one thing that I know about, you know, all the OGs that I've been around and, you know, my dad's crew and, you know, my dad is, they never tried to oppress the young dudes coming up. They never tried to keep the game from them. They never tried to be stingy with it. They wanted to see us, you know, do better. You know, most dudes, they come up and, you know, they still want to have their arms around the block. They want to keep everything sold up and not let the young dudes get their shine, you know. And they want to have these conflicts and these beefs. You know, I never experienced that. You know, always solid dudes, always dudes that wanted us to see us do, you know, better and just give us that game, you know. So that's really all that we asking for. You know, is just to continue to give us that game, man, and put us in the right spot, you know, so we can continue to be solidified, so we can continue to be solid, you know. That's really what I want, you know.
Yeah.
And it's been a given, man.
That's good because every day, I'm gonna be honest with you, since you've been around me, every day when I wake up, it's an honor and a pleasure when I wake up. I don't wake up with the energy of, oh man, you see what he got? I'm more like, hey man, what we going to go get?
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like what we going to go get, and what we about to go get, we're gonna share it all the way around the board. We're gonna share the knowledge that other people won't share.
Right.
We're gonna let you guys know that, man, don't get on that boat where you see these other dudes shining, and you got to be mad about them shining.
Right.
You're taking all the energy from yourself, because as soon as you get mad, go look in the mirror and look at yourself. You need to be mad at yourself.
Right.
You can't be mad at other people for shining.
Right.
But now you guys already know that DK there, Vern there, Warren there, they can
Right.
open a whole lot of different doors for you. And when they open those doors for you, just do me a favor, go through the door, just force yourself through the door,
Right.
and take over that facility at that moment where everybody will recognize that you dare to win. Because if you go over there and be quiet,
Right.
they're going to treat you quietly and don't let you get through that door for real.
Right.
So, being on whatever you doing, man, fight hard for what you really want
Absolutely.
and believe in self, because self is the most important person in the world.
Yeah.
And those are things that I try to install in everybody who have conversations with me. You can laugh at the world
Right.
because you so busy attacking it, saying, "Hey, it's my turn," and you always remember those words. It's my turn to do this.
Right.
Because you guys is too old and you need to get out of the way so I can have what I got coming. And this is what I speak on. And I'm not gonna change myself because somebody want me to change.
Right.
You know, I know what's going on in the street. I done heard all these dudes that how about they the king of LA, they this right here and they this right here, but man, at the end of the day, nobody don't want a rat as the king of LA.
Right.
You know, everybody want a solid dude what they
Right.
can look at. You know, dudes from New York like, yeah, Whitey, your city ain't all that. Well, I tell everybody the same thing. I come from Cali. I'm LA's finest.
Right.
I walk the penitentiary yards.
Right.
I didn't get ran off the yard. I didn't go up top for telling.
Right.
I sent a whole lot of your homeboys up top for telling.
Right.
Because it's against the rules of telling. I come from Whitey's Enterprise off the bottom, and everybody around me have never told on nobody. So this right here, what we cherish.
Right.
Yeah.
And this right here, what we cherish about you young brothers, because you guys ain't told on nobody.
Right.
You guys is in the music industry because you want to be there. You're not forced there.
Right.
You want to be there. You know, you want to do clothes.
Right.
You're not forced to do this.
Absolutely.
You're doing it because this is what you love to do.
Exactly.
So you need to speak to the people and tell them they need to come buy some of your product that you get online that you holding back. And I'm tired of you talking about holding back. You might as well give it to them while they want to give it.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Gonna miss that wave.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be there forever. So.
Excuse me, Bino, do you have a clothing line?
No, not at the moment. I'm working on something called No Regard LA. So, kind of trying to get that, you know, learn the business again with the clothing. So I know it's a lot that goes behind that. Just being with my pops, he's into clothes too, and I know it's just a lot behind just putting out a product.
Right.
Cost and everything goes into play. So that's what I'm working on right now. But to answer your question, not at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be looking forward to that.
For sure.
soon.
I'm gonna slide you something.
That's
I got
good.
you.
That's
You
good.
get-
I got you.
You can give them the spill about what we're doing as far as the shoes, though.
Oh, the
we
shoes.
don't got to keep that a secret no
For
more.
sure. So, you know, what we're doing, me, Papa, and another friend named Marcus, we call him Major. You know, the sneaker game right now is, I'm sure you guys are aware of it a little bit, but the sneaker game is taken over by storm. So, the resale game is turned into, you can be a reseller tomorrow. You can be a reseller. You can be a reseller. There is no division or divide that it was before, where the resellers were over here and the consumer was here. Everybody's merged together.
Right.
So what we're doing now is we're about to. It kind of goes back to if you can't beat them, join them thing, right?
Right.
So we're finna get that piece of the pie too. Learn that, also learn the systems, learn the you know, the strategic ways we can go about that. And now we're finna get in there and start reselling shoes, start a platform, and not just to get over on people, but just to kind of get involved where we fit in. So that's what we're doing now, and eventually branch that off into various other things,
Right.
Other than sneakers.
And another thing with that is too, I don't want people to hear that and think that we seen an opportunity for some money and we just decided to hop into it.
Right.
We've been consumers in this thing for over a decade, just buying the freshest kicks, always having to, have the latest things. We don't have closets no more. We got sneaker rooms,
Right.
just filled to the top, with all types of kicks, because we just been doing it for a long time. And really, just want to show like dudes who really into this and really love the culture and really love sneakers, like why aren't we getting a piece of the pie?
Right.
We didn't put all that time, energy, and money into it. We should get some type of reward besides saying that we have a lot of shoes, when it's dudes that they just in it for the buck, So
Right.
Like he said, not necessarily we can't beat them, join them, but we deserve that spot at the table.
Right.
Yeah, we could elaborate on that because, like I told you once, I tell everybody that business is business,
Right.
Right.
and sometimes people get business mixed up with greed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't there to get the money, you confused.
Right.
And I'm not going to let you guys sit here and be confused. It's your job to go get that money.
Right.
It's your job to open up a couple tennis shoe places so they can come and get them. It's your job to put it on the internet so the world can see it and say, hey, I need to join this. Gucci
Right.
is a family.
Right.
Right.
It's their job to sell you some Gucci.
Right.
Now it's your job to sell these people some tennis shoes that you like, that you respect, that you're gonna brand and tell them this is what you want to put on your feet. Because everybody in LA is running to go buy some Michael Jordans.
Right.
Why they can't go buy you guys' line?
Right.
Yeah.
This is what the greatest thing about America is. It's an opportunist. I am an opportunist. I'm opening restaurants because I'm an opportunist.
Right.
And because I see what's going on, because in any event, you got to eat.
Right.
You do.
And if we can put something on the table for you to eat, we know we're gonna get some of your money.
Right.
So if you can put those fly tennis shoes on the line,
Right.
you're gonna get some money.
Yeah.
And I can't say it no better than that, man. Put the tennis shoes up, let everybody see them. They coming online real soon. I don't know when. They're gonna tell you right now. They coming online. You need to pay attention. This is from the Green Believers. I'm telling you right now, they coming online.
Coming.
And you guys need to support the black business.
Right.
That's right.
And we three young brothers from we from LA, man.
Yeah.
It's dudes is coming out here and they capitalize on the LA market, and they not even from out here.
Right.
Not no shade towards anybody, ain't hating on nobody, but some of your most biggest sneaker stores and people in that space, they not from here.
It didn't start here at all.
They came from the East
Virginia,
Coast, Virginia,
New York.
all these other places, and they seen that it is a market here in LA, and not too many people are grown here. Shouts out to Hidden Soul, they from LA, they here rocking, so
Yeah.
I respect dudes like that, but we need to get in on that. We can't keep on sitting back and letting that money just run past us.
This is what I
Yeah.
told Bino. I told somebody this right here. I want you to really pay attention.
Okay.
If you can vision it and understand it, you can sell it.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
If you can vision it, you can sell it. You can put your stuff together because you've seen it. And when you see things, you're like, ooh, this is easy.
Yeah.
The world is easy when you see it. And stop acting like you didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
See it. Take advantage of it. And there's so
Right.
many people love people seeing things for them.
Right.
Got to manifest it.
That's what it do. You can conceive it, you can believe it, you can achieve it.
Right.
Just aim high. Don't cheat yourself. Aim high.
Right.
I want to give a shout out to the Core clothing line, a young brother out of Los Angeles. He had a vision, and he said to me, while we were working in the oil refineries, we were working at ExxonMobil, and he was telling me, he said, Tone, man, I wanna open a clothing line. I really believe that's my niche, because he's a fly little youngster out of Los Angeles.
Right.
Brandon, his name is Brandon, and he became a postman, started walking beat delivering mail, and during that time, he just envisioned himself having his own clothing line. Every day going to work, dropping mail in the mailbox of other people's houses, and envisioning his own, not having to work for nobody else.
Right.
And I'd like to just say congrats to your dreams come true. Congrats to your clothing line, and I encourage
Thank you.
you guys. I encourage you guys to
Right.
aim and get your own.
Absolutely.
Shout out to him, man. I
Shout
hope I
out
can
to
check
you.
out his brand, man.
Shout out to him. Check him out.
Yeah, so it's like, man, don't let nobody just keep on talking that bull,
Right.
because it's like this stuff is it's not like everybody really think it is. And I can start talking that other kind of stuff like laying on the cold ground, surrendering.
Right.
I don't feel like talking about shit today because I know that you guys not living in despair.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys ain't little sheep ready to be slaughtered by your maker.
Right.
No.
I know you guys is lions. I know you guys are ready to attack the world and eat it up. And if you ever get an opportunity, you just look at it, and sometimes you get on the side of the road and look at the successful, and you get caught up in that.
It's perception.
But that's what you ain't supposed to get caught up in.
Right.
Because when I was raised in a manner that, hey, whatever they got, you can do better.
Right.
And this is what we're doing here. That's why we're here today.
Right.
Because I know that you've been prepared for this for a very long time. You just didn't know your daddy was preparing you to go attack the world.
Right.
But this right here, what he was preparing you to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his with his preparation, he started in on me at a young age, man. I remember being like 12 and him telling me like, you 6 years away from being a grown man.
Yeah.
So just those lessons and those teachings, just his preparation, man. At the time, I might have felt like he was being hard on me and stuff, but with hindsight is 20/20. You look back and you start thanking him for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
My dad told me when I was a youngster, I was fortunate. I was very fortunate. I was fortunate to hang with Tootie Reese as that boy who cleaned the cards. Bill Jones as this boy, Blue,
Right.
Cuz, Jap. I was fortunate to be around some great men. And they taught me so much that when I turned 13, I was so far, Papa, ahead of the game
Right.
that everybody else was still sitting on the porch while I was selling heroin on the corner.
Right.
And when I sit back and look at you guys are so far in tune with what's going on while the other brothers is picking up a phone, playing on the phone, thinking that's the way you supposed to get down.
Right.
You got to put everything that you got inside what you really want. And when you put it inside what you want, everybody will recognize it later on because it's going to be too late for them to catch up.
Right.
Because you're not playing catch up. You're already in the game. And you got to take advantage of the knowledge that you have right now
Right.
while the stove is hot.
Right.
And that chew game you guys got going on, take advantage of it.
Right.
And let everybody come to you. And down the line, you may get into CBD. You may get into some weed. Weed is a myth right now.
Right.
Because they have so many licenses that they gave out last year 100. And they supposed to give out 625 this year for delivery and manufacturing. But you heard what I said? It's a myth because nobody opened a store since the pandemic.
Right.
So everybody talking about a weed store. But guess what they did open? A bunch of CBD stores.
Right.
Because the only thing you got to do is go down and get a smoke license.
Right.
And you could open your store at $45 a pop. And you're only going to pay 8% taxes on it.
Right.
So it's a big old ball game that you guys looking at.
Right.
And you could be successful in any one of these fields. But right now, how you guys saying about this shoe game, you guys worse than my daughter. The only thing she got is a room with the tennis shoes.
Right.
And that's the only thing she wear. Every Michael Jordan is
Right.
in her room from 1995 to today, whatever has come out, that's what she get on the phone at 5:15 in the morning. What you guys do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta your raffles and sneakers app.
Sneakers
and
app,
stuff.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Go ahead and play with your emotions in the morning.
Right.
So this is what I'm looking at you guys doing, man. Go for it, man. Just go for it. And only thing we could tell you guys is don't let nobody discourage you from doing what you guys supposed to do, please.
Right.
I don't care who they are.
Right. Well, we kind of passed that point. You know,
Yeah.
we've been we spent a long time talking about it. Then we spent a long time speculating about it. And then we spent time saying, like, no, wait, look, this shit is not as hard as we thought it was.
Right.
You know, now we at the point to where it's like, go. You know, we're not sitting back, we're not waiting. You know, we trying to figure out, okay, we need to do this. Okay, what's step A? What's step B? Okay, now we got to do that, and we're just trying to pave that way for us. You know, so now we here. You know,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be a drawn out process, man. We pretty much know what direction we going in now, and we here to do it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do it, who's gonna do it?
Exactly.
Right. Well, I mean,
Exactly.
a whole bunch of dudes that's not into
Somebody
it.
gonna if we don't do it, somebody gonna get on it.
Right.
So, you know, these spots is very, very limited. Like you said, especially us being in LA, with millions and millions of people, and you have people coming here, you know, capitalizing on the the current climate right now, just being in a hot city. So
Right.
we need to capitalize and take advantage of us being from here. We know everything there is to know about LA. You
Right.
know, so I just think you get so used to, like you guys said, you get discouraged in the beginning and you start making excuses. But you know, when guys start putting those resources out there,
Right.
you can't use those excuses anymore. It's just time. Time is just being wasted, and like Papa said, we passed the point of even being discouraged. I don't think there's not one person on this planet that can really discourage me. I mean, and that just comes from like your confidence in yourself and your vision,
Right.
and what you got to do. As a man and just in general in life. Like you said, when you want to do something, you have to just do it. And I lecture my girl about this all the time. And it was funny you brought that up about seeing it. You have to see it and manifest it,
Right.
Because it's not going to exist. You know, if you cloud your brain with all of the negativity, if you're not manifesting what you need to see and what you need to do, you're never going to achieve it. So I love that you brought that up, because it literally is something that I'm trying to practice in my own life, but preach to other people too.
That's good. That's
So,
good.
for sure.
Oh boy, but I'm gonna say something now where you're gonna really say, "Whoa, this crazy." Jobs, Steve Jobs.
Right.
Everybody talk about Steve Jobs,
Right.
but you know, there's 7 billion people in the world,
Right.
and everybody got a little space. That space is for you to do what you want to do. That space is for you to leave a legacy that somebody will be talking about 30 or 40 years from today.
Right.
That space is your energy, your situation,
Right.
your position
Yeah.
that you put yourself in. And then you ask self, is I'm qualified to reach that top?
Right.
And this is what you must do in life. To be special, you got to make yourself special.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
nobody don't care nothing about a dude who ain't special. Because they walk past a hobo every day because he made his self delinquent.
Right.
His due process have been turned over upside down because he chose to surrender.
Right.
You guys can't surrender. You black.
Right.
You in America.
Right.
You in the United States of America, and this right here gonna make you really understand it. California is the biggest retail place in the world.
Right.
California can take care of California and 50 more states like it
Yeah.
because they got all the resources right here in this state.
Yeah.
And here you guys are letting these dudes from Boston, Baltimore, and all these other characters come
Yeah,
in.
that's really what it is.
They don't open up. They don't open from Detroit. They don't open up a fish place.
Yeah, the
on
food.
Crenshaw and King Boulevard.
Right.
They open up. They ain't from L.A.
Right.
But I don't have nothing against those brothers because they doing what they supposed to do.
Right.
Because they got that little space in the world
Right.
where 7 billion people is, and they chose to be something special.
Right.
Right.
You guys need to choose to be something special and show the rest of the world that this is my space.
Right.
And I'm going to make sure I leave a legacy that you guys are going to talk about 40 years from today.
Right. No,
Hey,
that's real.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes, sir.
I want to switch lanes for a minute, but speak on your new venture, man. How about Just Poppin' Burgers? That's about to
Oh, yeah,
have
shout
its
out-
grand opening.
Shouts out to Just Poppin'.
Hey, I don't know what's going to happen. I just know it's going to be a success.
Just Poppin', man. That's a catchy name. I
It
kind of
is.
like that. Just Poppin'.
Because it's popping. Because
Okay.
it's what we do.
Well, that's what
you
I
know,
wanna
when,
see.
when we was in the 70s and 80s, we was popping. We had everything what we needed and wanted. But
Right.
today, when I sit back and look at what I'm doing, I'm just showing the youngsters that, hey, you can have anything you want. And you
Right.
don't have to stand in line for nobody. So here we are. I'm just bringing this to this table to my little brothers right here. Like, hey, I'm all right.
Right.
Just popping gonna be cool.
Right.
But I want to hear that you guys gonna be cool. That you guys gonna take these giant size steps. You guys ain't gonna let nobody muck you on the side saying you can't do it. You're incapable of reaching your goals.
Right.
Where I know for a natural fact, you sitting at this table with me, you can reach any goal you want to reach. So this is what we do, Tone. We still motivate people to go forward and attack this world that we love so much.
Right.
Because we attacked it so much and we had so many things. Our riches was riches. But today our riches is you guys.
Right.
Because you guys are younger people who are gonna show us like, hey, we can do whatever you guys did and a little bit better. So that's why I talk about this, Tone. So I can get the feeling from them where I can be jealous. You know, let me be jealous of them reaching the top, and then I can laugh like they doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I love to see young dudes get money.
Right.
That's right. It's nothing wrong with a little jealousy. It just motivates you a little bit more to achieve your goals and,
Right.
and have that feeling.
Yeah.
You know, that jealousy is an emotion, so you have that emotion to do better. You know, when you feel that emotion, that's like, man, does it have to feel like this? You know, sometimes you have to go through something in order to blossom.
Right.
You feel me? Go through a little something. It's okay. But as long as you have that peace of mind at the end of the day, as long as you wake up and have that calm demeanor, and when you surround yourself around people with the same type of energy, and then when you go around people and they feel enlightened by your presence, that's a great feeling.
Right.
So jealousy is okay. You know, it's going to encourage you. It's going to plant a seed in the soil to your soul.
Yeah.
And there's your character right there.
Right.
Everything
That's
you
facts.
do is about your legacy, your character, your peace of mind, your family, and the faith that you have.
Right.
That's facts.
So that's why we got these brothers on this show today. Because we want to showcase the talents that we know of right in front of our face. And I'm not going to allow them in any kind of way to turn back and be something that they can't be. I want them to be everything they need to be and a little bit more.
Right.
So I'm going to challenge them every time I see them. Like, hey, you doing good? And that's just coming from me. I don't care what nobody in America got to say. Every time I see these young brothers, I'm only looking for great things. I'm not looking for anything less.
I appreciate
I
that.
appreciate it.
Okay, so we got a few more minutes before I got to close this show out. But give me something, Bean, before I get out of here. You know, give me something that's gonna motivate me so I can keep on trying to attack the world the way you're attacking it.
You know, just definitely like you said, just, you know, really not making excuses and just keep pushing regardless of the obstacles put in front of you, and just understanding that really it sounds cliche, but nothing is impossible. You know, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter, you know, it really matters where you are right now. And you're in the best position right now, like you said, to lead the youth. And, you know, and our job is to take that game, not dismiss the game, but our job is to take that game and put action to the game,
Capitalize
yeah,
on it.
and capitalize on that. So, you know, just definitely, and then just really staying transparent, you know, and that's with everybody. Show them, let them know the real. I need to hear the real. I'm gonna be okay. You know what I mean? So, you know, and again, I appreciate you for having me on, and showcasing me. You know, that's a lot of love. So I thank you for that.
I'm gonna bring you back. You don't have to worry about that because,
sure.
like I said, I'm never gonna throw the generation way in any kind of way. The young generation is for the people,
Yeah.
and these old dudes just ain't getting it yet. That they need the young generation to go forward in life. And Papa, you know how we feel about you, and you know we trying to put things together, like your father say, for generations to come,
Right.
because he trying to build something that can say, look, this is what we did, this is where we going, and this is how life is. And we expect you, after we build this thing, and he hand it to you to
Right.
continue his legacy, while you put your own legacy together.
Right.
So that's
Right.
what I'm leaving you with right now.
Right. I appreciate
Appreciate
that,
that.
man.
Thank you.
So no matter what that old dude's talking about over there, man, do a little bit more than he did.
Right.
So when you do a little bit more than he did, I mean, you done did a lot.
Right.
That's
right.
true.
You know. So you can close with something before I get ready to get out of here. That's you, Papa. Close with something.
Man, like I said, man, I can't thank you enough for having us on. I appreciate that. Man, I appreciate the guidance. You know, I appreciate the love and the respect that you give me as a man first. You know,
Always.
you know, it don't feel like, okay, that's Vern's son, so I'm gonna show him some love. You know, it just feel like, you know, you respect me as a man. You know, from day one. Shout out to my dad. Shout out to DK. You know, I love y'all, man. Be on the lookout for the tribe, man. Look out for Pax. You know, he got a lot of heat coming. We already dropped. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to everybody from the tribe. Shout out to my business partner, Shane. You know, keeping everything rolling. You know,
Shout out to Shane.
yeah, shout out to
Facts.
that man. You know, shout out to Demi and Deanne holding me down day to day. You know, and making sure I stay solid and stay grounded. You know, and keep my mind right and keep my hustle going. Also, you know, she out of retirement, man. She back rapping. Look out for Bree Rocker. You know, me and her had a long conversation, man, and she said, you know, Papa, this is what I want to do. You know, and I want your hand in it. You know, so, but with a vet like her, you know, she had a rock chain at 10. It ain't too much that I can, you know, tell her, you know, besides let's go get it. You know, so shouts out to her, man. I can't wait for y'all to hear her, man. Shouts out to Mac, you know. We got him back rapping too. So look out for that brother and sister duo right there, you know.
Okay.
And you know, shouts out to everybody, man. Y'all know I love y'all.
Hey, listen, my city.
Peace, peace.
You know, peace be with all of them. I'm happy my brother, nephews, and brothers is on the show. My co-defendant, he's here. He's going to do what's necessary. And to reach the top, you must always fight for what you want. If someone tell you can't do it, that means they don't like you anyway. So take those necessary steps. Be everything you need to be and some more. And when you feel bad, just look in the mirror at yourself and say, I can't afford to do bad. I can't afford to have a headache because I got to take care of my family over here because they need to eat because I got to eat tonight. The night is the night. I'm feeding my family. I feed them every day.
Right.
And since I've been home for 5 years. And for 5 years, I have took giant-sized steps to bring my crew back together so they could be everything they're supposed to be and a little bit more. This Whitey signing off. I thank you guys, and you guys have a nice day.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed.